everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so happy that you decided to come by and see what I am reading on today. But before we get started, go in your settings. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I am almost at 2,000 subscribers. And if you subscribe, it will help me out so much. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell so you'll know when I upload or I just want to pop up because I do that too. And give me a thumbs up to help me with that unrelenting beast of an algorithm. I would really would appreciate it. All right, let's get to the read. When I was putting the read together today, of course, I had my ear to the internet streets and I was over there and looking around on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I saw this and it piqued my curiosity. And it's a tweet by Chris Ship. Chris Ship is the royal reporter for ITV, and he wrote this. Why has Prince William declined to reveal his tax bill on his £23.6 million Duchy of Cornwall surplus? As the 25th Duke of Cornwall, William has chosen to keep it a secret, but the 24th Duke, now King Charles, did open his books to show he paid £5.9 million in income tax in 2021 and 2022. I'll answer that for you, Christia. The reason he is refusing to open his books up to you, to tell you how much taxes he paid, is because he can. He knows y'all are not going to write nasty articles about it. He knows that y'all are going to help him cover up whatever. William is like a cat in a litter box. He covering up his poop, and y'all are out there helping him to do it. William knows whatever he chooses to do, y'all are going to stay on mute because the invisible contract, when William called in all the editors and everything and let them know that he was going to play ball with them, he was going to feed his brother and his sister-in-law to the wolves, that he was going to offer them up, and y'all was going to stay mute about anything that he does. And so now you have created this monster who feel like he can do whatever he wants to do, including showing up for an official engagement, swaying back and forth like a palm tree in a hurricane in Florida, throwing medals that he's supposed to be pinning on recipients across the room like he is in a baseball game. And how many articles was written about that? Zero. Zero. If Harry had shown up in that kind of condition, it would still be articles being written today. Just like it's still articles being written today when Harry was 19 years old and wore the Yahtzee uniform. This is why William is doing what he's doing. This is why William is spending over $1 million on helicopter transportation and not thinking nothing of it. That's why. And the AIDS, this is the funny part right here. It was shown that William spent over a million. Well, William, everybody. Well, it's only two people who has helicopters, and that's Charles and William. And it was over $1 million just for helicopter travel alone. And the aides defended it by saying the amount of helicopter usage, which has drawn criticism over the environmental impact, not the cost, but the environmental impact. The invisible contract in full effect. Because it gives royals more flexibility and easier access to remote areas. Where in the world are they taking a helicopter to a remote area? They're not even going to any engagements. They got poor Anne with a head injury going to France, but William, Kate, and Charles, the two people who have the two families that have the helicopter, where they going to remote areas at? And then they said, as well as allowing for a greater number of engagements in a day. I'm gonna tell you, when I saw that, I cackled. I cackled out loud. I threw my head back and laughed so hard because when has Charles or Camilla or William or Kate had more than one engagement a day? I don't know. Do you know? But that's what they said. It said royals are also increasingly using sustainable aviation for fuel. It must not be, it must be really expensive because over $1 million just in helicopter travel in 1 year. And the whole bill for travel for the royals, all of them was 4.2 million pounds, up from 3.9 million pounds. Now last year, all of them was working and going to all different kind of engagements, and it was 3.9 million pounds. But two has cancer and one is not working. Well, one of the couple who has a helicopter is not working. The king and his queen, they do work a little bit. And it's up from 3.9 million pounds to 4.2 million. And they're doing less engagements. They are flying around doing what they want to do. And this is what William wants. William wants to live Harry's life, where he can do whatever he wants to do. And he has done a good job because he has put the media on mute, because the media needs them, because there's no other ball game in the country. It's William and Kate, because Charles and Camilla, nobody cares about Charles and Camilla. Nobody cares about William and Kate, but they care even less about Charles and Camilla. And these people's livelihoods, it depends on the royal family and that access to the royal family. And so William has them by the neck, and he is going to do everything and anything that he wants to do. And they have to be on mute or be on Twitter asking questions that nobody's going to answer. The Independent did a article about it, and it says Prince William refused to reveal tax bill, breaking King Charles tradition. I am willing to bet, my guess, my belief, that William paid very little taxes. He did not pay 5.9 million pounds like Charles did. I'm willing to bet you that. And that is the reason why he don't want to show it. Let's read on. The Prince of Wales has refused to reveal how much tax he paid on private income derived from his huge property portfolio. Prince William's Duchy of Cornwall estate, which he inherited on the death of his grandmother Elizabeth II, generated profit of £23.6 million over the financial year, according to the estate's annual report. The decision marked a stark contrast with his father, King Charles II, who would publish a full breakdown of household costs and his tax, which for the year ending 2022 was £5.89 million. Kensington Palace said the prince was paying the appropriate level of income tax, and his decision not to publish details reflect what was required according to the Daily Telegraph. Well, that should put your mind at rest. He said he's paying the appropriate amount what he wants to pay. And all I can say is buckle up, buttercups, British media, British public, buckle up, buttercups, because when William becomes king, it is only going to get worse. He is going to do whatever he wants to do, and what he wants to do is to live his life like Harry. He wants to be like Harry, but he is not a private citizen like Harry. He is not efficient and self-supporting like Harry. He gets his money from the British people. Harry gets his money from Better Up and his investments and his work. He's a private citizen. If he wants to fly around on a helicopter, if he wants to work one day a month, he can do that. But I'll tell you something really funny, and then I'm going to end this video. To counteract what William had done, they had to drag Harry into it and saying on Harry's 40th birthday, he is due to inherit $40 million from the Queen Mother. That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not, but what in the world does it has anything to do with William flying around and on his helicopter? And they're about to get two new helicopters. And what does it have to do with William and Charles and that bunch flying around on helicopters? for over £1 million a year and almost £5 million just for travel alone. The British public is getting fleeced big time. And my wish for them is they will wake up and see that this family, the most bunch of mediocre, look how Charles acted the other day. I mean, these people are so undeserving of what they have and what they get from the British media. I mean, from the British public. It's ridiculous. But yet and still, they had to drag Harry into it and say he's getting an inheritance. Like, don't hate them, hate Harry, because he's just about to get some money from his gang. I don't know. I don't know. All right, y'all. That is the read for today. And tomorrow is the documentary, is Harry's interview and Hugh Grant. All of them look really, really good. I did a read earlier today. Go back and check that one out about the upcoming documentary. I cannot wait. See y'all later. Bye.